first episode of Beautiful Lives with Liz McCallum, and this is just a great, great day in Toronto. First off, I want to welcome the people who have been supporting this venture, this idea from the first day. And I know you're watching right now, and you're in Australia, and then you're in New Zealand, you're all over Canada, Europe. Thank you so much. Which takes me to this internet thing, this web TV thing. Like, who knew? When I thought of a TV show, I thought of a TV would be involved, but there was no TV. And this whole web television thing has been a real learning experience for me. That right this second, we are all over the world, and thank you, cable and satellite, for all those great years, but this is the future. So, Beautiful Lives, what is this show all about? Well, if you don't know who I am, Liz McCallum, I have been doing training, corporate training, and motivational speaking for the last 22 years. And one of the things that has happened consistently from the beginning is that men and women have come up to me after workshops and speeches and things and said, oh my gosh, that was so great, I'm so inspired, I'm so motivated, but I know in a week I'm going to be back right where I was before I started. And this has been a recurring kind of discussion for my entire career. It's stirred, it's tickled, it's bothered me, and when I have matured more and I've met more people and learned more, I have realized that that's one of the problems for people generally in terms of staying motivated and reaching their goals and just getting everything, all the juice that they were born to get. So, Beautiful Lives was born. Now, I have two amazing guests today, and I promised them both that I have zero intention to ask them, what's their favorite color and all that kind of nonsense, because I know you don't care, and I know I don't care. But what I do care about is how people, men, women, all over, everywhere, have taken their gifts, whatever they may be, and the two women we have today have very different gifts, how they've taken those gifts and used them to inspire other people, how they are using them to inspire themselves, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing on every single show forever, talking about inspiration and how we use our gifts. So, we have two amazing, I can't believe I got these guests for my very first show. My first guest I'm going to talk about in a second. My second guest will be a woman you probably have heard of. She's a Grammy winner. She's won 3 Junos. She has sung for President Obama, Desmond Tutu. What's that Jamaican guy everybody's heard of? Bob Marley, I believe. That's the one. And also Celine Dion. Sorry about that one. But anyway, she will be on later, and her name is Liberty Silver. If you remember Liberty, I'm so excited. You may actually have also noticed in the music, in the opening music, that song was written for this show by Liberty. Oh my gosh, holy moly. Now, my first guest, I can't begin to describe this woman. There are not enough big, beautiful, fabulous adjectives to describe Barret, Haiun, whose last name always drives me crazy. Barret and I crossed paths, and in about 22 seconds, I was dazzled and maybe a little confused, but very dazzled. And from that day on, I have called her my Inspirista. Barret is from Montreal. She came to Toronto today for this interview. And Barret, I want to open up this show by saying I adore the energy, the amazingness that you are.
Thank you.
I also follow you on Facebook. And I see I'm not alone. You have men and women who just live in the energy that you exude all the time. And I want to ask you, where are you getting all this inspiration? What is this inspiration to you? Who are you?
Well, first I want to thank you for being on this amazing show. The idea, the concept totally touches me right down to my heart. It's exactly what I believe in. And inspiration, I'm inspired by everything. I know that may sound odd and
It can be
Pollyanna-ish and
everything.
everything. My cup of coffee, the glass of water, you, people like you, everything. I'm excited and eager about a lot of things. I really feel blessed and grateful in my life, and I think all that gratitude is what feeds and fuels my inspiration.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't actually said what exactly you do for a living. Have you noticed?
That's true.
What
do I do?
Besides
Not really
being
sure.
happy
Yeah, I laugh a lot. I teach people how to express and move their bodies through dancing and fitness and health and well-being. And dance has been my largest medium of expression in teaching people. I think when people can move their bodies in a free way, they really get a sense of, or they can get a sense of freedom and extreme joy. For me, moving my body to music, there's like nothing that really comes close. Well, a few things that come close to it. Yeah. But yeah, moving my body to music, teaching dance, expressing that, sharing it with people who've never done that is always an amazing, remarkable, another very inspiring thing. So as a teacher, I'm inspired, I go in inspired, but then even through a class or a session or a discussion, the inspiration just keeps on going, you know. And again, I have to say it's from gratefulness, appreciation, gratitude of meeting wonderful women like you, the people that in the station, just everybody that I meet. I really am able to see, I think that's probably my gift. I see the gift in others, and I totally believe in that. I really don't see, I have friends that make me do that. You may want to look at this part, but I really see all the beauty in everything, and in people especially.
You know, one of the questions I always have is, are you born like this? Were you born a natural optimist?
It's a great question, yeah.
Or have you chosen this road?
I think it's probably a bit of both. I probably don't have the answer for that because I don't know. Like, I don't remember when I was born. It's a while back.
Okay, when you were 7, were you?
I was a happy-go-lucky child, yes, and I always was drawn to positive things and inspiring things and energetic things. Yes, I was drawn to that. So I would say you're probably attracted to things that are like you.
Yes, I agree.
So definitely. But it's my daily work too. I do listen to meditations. As much as I move my body and I jump around and I yell and I scream and I push people to work their bodies hard, I also have everyday quiet time. I listen to many different people who inspire me, many mentors. And I feed my mind and my soul and my spirit with that. So I think the body is a great vehicle, but it's very important also to feed what's inside, and I take time every day to do that. And as much as it's important to plan your meal, for me it's as important to just have quiet meditation time.
Well, it's all about balance.
Yeah, which we never achieve, but it's okay. The
journey.
off balance is a good thing, and I'm okay with it.
Well, I'm going to tell the story really quickly about how I met Barret.
Don't tell any lies.
And what happened was I have a very long history of disappointing phys ed teachers, fitness instructors, personal trainers, you know, all those people in my life. And this, I actually met Barret at the Ultimate Girls Getaway in Montebello last year. And she was doing a presentation. And I'm like, yeah, right, Zumba, dance, right, I'll go in, that'll be pretty. I know you think I'm a natural athlete, but I know. Anyway, so I go to this session because I've just heard how staggeringly amazing her sessions are. So I go to the Zumba class, and I look fabulous in my sweatpants.
You did.
I did. And then it started. And I watched Barret, who had in that room women from probably 25 to 65, all different heights, weights, sizes, everything. She had us all loving our bodies, loving the music, loving, just filled with, I can do this, rather than you're doing it wrong.
There is no wrong. Yeah, that's a very big part for me, that there really is no wrong. You move your body in the most beautiful way, and every body is really magnificent and miraculous. Like I came in yesterday and my sister just gave birth. I'm never You know the Shania Twain that don't impress me much? I'm the opposite of that. Everything impresses me. Everything amazes me. I'm still amazed. Well, I just got the iPhone, so it's like, oh my God, you could do all this. It's incredible. And so I'm in constant awe of how miraculous the body is, how our lives are, how advanced so many things are. And going back to that class, that's the thing. Every body moves in such a miraculous, beautiful way. And if we can encompass that and teach people that, especially in the fitness and health and dance industry where it's not exactly that kind of attitude, if we can spread that kind of joy and love,
absolutely,
you'll get everybody moving to their favorite song, whatever it may be. And there's nothing like being in your living room, listening to your greatest tunes and dancing around and moving around. So yeah, Zumba is one of the things I teach. I teach erotic dancing, I teach Indian dancing. I have a huge background in all different types of dancing. But however you move your body is dancing for me. It's rhythms, and your body naturally moves and flows with rhythms, your heartbeat. So your blood going through your body, it's all rhythmical, and it's all perfect as it is. It doesn't have to, it does get better as you learn more and more, but even from your first step, it's perfect. And I don't expect anything more than just that from a class.
You know, Barret, you could take that philosophy and change the world.
I want to.
You could make this North American, European, those more modern societies where we have issues around healthy lives, if we could embrace that the body is beautiful just as it is.
Miraculous.
And
miraculous. What it takes to take one step is incredible. Yeah. So when people are doing a step and an arm movement and moving a hip and a shoulder, it's a miracle. It's incredible. It's a miracle, exactly. Yeah. So the blessing is there, but being aware of it is a whole other point. And so shows like this that talk about inspiration and awareness, we bring the message even further. And I think that's my responsibility, part of my commitment is that, to spread the message in the most gentle, loving way. Yeah. I've tried it the other way. Do this! It's gonna work! Please try my way! But if you spread it in a gentle, loving way, people are drawn to it and believe that they can do it too, because we're no different. And I'm no different than, I don't have anything more special than anybody else does. I just truly love myself. I do. I love the person I am. And I saw the Dalai Lama just recently, and he that's one of the first things he opened up with.
She hung out with the Dalai Lama.
I did. Me and the Dali. Dali. And Deepak. Hi. So no, one of the messages that he started with was the way you love yourself is the way you love others. And so I have to say I'm into self-love in a big way. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, that makes me think then that maybe nothing bad has ever happened to you.
Bad.
Because we meet a lot of people in the world who have had really difficult circumstances, who've had life throw them some very sad, mean, ugly curves. And some people get stuck there. And they're not happy. They're not inspired. They're not.
I think one of the biggest things is the meaning you attach to all those things that happen. And so for me, I have had things that people would consider bad. I've had to turn my life in a 360 degrees just recently. But what I was always inspired by and taught by, like I said, mentors and people I know and wonderful people in my life, is look for the blessing in it. In everything there is a blessing. And I have to say, if you ask anybody about those hard times and when they come through it, would they ever change it? They always say no, because I learned so much or I grew so much. So this past year for me, where I had to, like I said, turn my life around in 360 degrees, has been such a huge growth period and filled with blessings, filled. And I looked for them, and I really think that's important.
That's the thing.
People have it. We are lucky. We have choices. That is the biggest gift we have. We have choice every single day. I have a choice how I'm going to wake up, what I'm going to look for, what I'm going to choose to see, how I'm going to approach the people in my life. It's a choice. I can go this way or that way, and I really choose to go through it with a blessing, a grateful and loving attitude. Like that has been my choice all the time. And within that, I think it makes everything, the hard times, that much easier.
Nice.
And that much more filled and not less resistant. You know, you're accepting, okay, I'm going through this right now, and this is a period. I've attracted something that, what is it that I need to learn or get out of this, and how can I move through it?
And like the bad times,
That's exactly
it will pass. Like the good times,
Absolutely.
they will pass.
Impermanence. Number one law.
Yes.
Not everything is here forever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so there you are. It's you've got this 6 a.m. class.
Mhm.
You wake up, it's dark. You live in Montreal, it's snowing.
Not yet, thank God.
Soon.
I know.
So the morning has just begun,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to go out
Mhm.
and in front of a room full of people, turn it on.
Right.
Is it hard to dig up?
No, I'm a morning person. I have to say, I pop out of bed. I don't use an alarm. I literally like jump out of bed. Can I stay up past 9? No, not so much. So the evening classes are a bit more challenging.
For you.
But my daily patterns or my daily rituals would be to wake up, say a little grateful blessing, and move along my day. And before every class too, I'm aware. I walk into a class, the moment my iPod is plugged in, it's thank you. Thank you for
Nice.
this opportunity to do what I love every day. Every day, I'm able to sing, dance, jump around, move with my clients. They become my friends. We laugh in class. I mean, complain, there's nothing to. So even if it would be and I have to say, even if it would be at 4 a.m., I'd be able to do it because that is what I'm looking at. Look what I am going to. I'm going to do something I love.
Nice.
You know?
Well, I swear, I was in that class. What was the song? That Spanish one I keep asking you about?
Colcando tus manos. I think that's what it's called. It's my heart is in your hands.
And she was doing this gesture in the
Yes,
class.
we did this.
And I started to cry in a fitness class in Zumba. I'm bawling.
As it should be.
I felt so alive and beautiful and liberated, and I was doing nothing wrong. My feet were completely not doing what her feet were doing, and my body was doing nothing like what she was doing, but my body was alive.
Right.
And what a gift you gave me that day. So I know that those women and men and the kids, I know you do work with kids as well.
I do. It's wonderful. You tell them to stand on their head. They're like, sure. How would you like me to do it? Make this noise. Okay, I'll do that. So it's even more liberating with them. You could be as silly and that's, you know, it was my birthday recently, and a young girl who takes my classes, maybe she's in her teens, she said, you know, when I grow up, I want to be like you. And I replied to her, don't ever grow up. And that's really a big part of my philosophy. A little bit of the Peter Pan philosophy is stay young, stay youthful, stay feeling blessed and filled with dreams, and it's okay if they all don't come true too. That's okay. But the hope that inspires you to move forward and live every day with that feeling of, oh my God, I have this dream and I'm going to move forward into it, and wonderful, it turns out great, you know, but along the way it's fun. And it's filled with that magic stardust, you know?
I think that is so critical to lay the foundation early. As a mom, as a parent, I think it's almost a life lesson. It's as important as how to do banking.
Right, absolutely.
Who are you
Absolutely.
going to be? And what are you going to choose to see? And what are you going to choose to embrace and reject? Because
Absolutely.
we don't have to accept everything.
No.
We don't have to accept the bad stuff.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was moving. So I'm thrilled at what you're able to do over there.
Thank you. I love it.
Really?
Just a bit.
You hide it so well. We're at coffee. We went for coffee before the show this morning. And Barret ordered this thing with, like, she needs more caffeine. She ordered this, like, triple caffeinated
latte.
latte.
Yes.
Anyway, the barista made for the Inspirista a little heart shape in the foam. Well, the entire coffee shop knows that Barret got a heart in her coffee.
Well, I appreciate those things. I really it's that.
So when she says she's a grateful woman and that she is filled with joy and she finds it in the littlest things, that was the most beautiful foam heart she'd ever seen in her life. And I think one of my fears about doing this show is that people will talk the talk, but they don't actually walk the walk.
Right.
And that's why I needed you here today, Because
Well, I'm
you
not
live it.
I'm not perfect. I'm not, and I don't claim to be perfect. I just want to share that we do have choices, and we can live a day, how simple it may be, from your coffee to your job to going home, filled with blessings and filled with amazing love, and exchanging that. That's another thing too. It's great if it's all inside, but
Yes.
exchanging that and sharing it. You see somebody across at that coffee shop who's done that for you. Thank that person, make them aware of that you appreciate it, then they're filled with love. And so we're like, it's kind of, you're passing the message on. I feel that's a responsibility for me to share and to pass that on, because if I'm filled with it, great, but how can I share it in the small little tiny circle that I do live in?
Yeah.
So communicating that.
I think that's one of the things I want to talk about with you and Liberty after, is that you both have been given a gift. And what is beautiful about both of you is that you can hang on to it and just be really almost greedy with it, but your hands are open and you're sharing it and you're giving it, and that's what makes you. Yes, bad things happen, and I'm sure your breath ain't that great in the morning, but
What are you talking about? It's perfect.
You're a real woman, real life, but making the decision to keep an open hand, share what you have is.
Yeah, and I think everybody can make that decision. I don't think people don't want to share their gift. I think most people are just a bit afraid, or had nobody told them, go out there, share it, and made it okay for them. So when I do even meet any of my students or clients and they have a gift, that's one of the first things I do, share that with people around you. Post it on your Facebook, talk to people about what you're so talented at. If you write, share it, because that just spreads even more gifts around and allows another person to share their gift. And that's how like these amazing people are born, really, so nobody ever told me to share my gift, I don't think. I just said, I don't care. I'm sharing it anyways.
I think they would have a hard time telling you not.
Stop
Sharing. Bad.
Exactly.
You will just share secretly.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Barret, I am blessed, and I'm so grateful you came all the way from Montreal for this. Congratulations on your little baby nephew and to Barret's sister, 6. Congratulations. You are a miracle woman.
She is.
Yes. Anyway, did you want to say hello or goodbye to anybody?
I want to say hi to everybody, and thank you so much, Liz. This has really been a pleasure, and obviously meeting you has been a blessing in my life.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew that day? That was a special
Lovely.
day.
Yeah. So
anyway, thank you so much.
Love you.
Love you too. Excellent. All right, we're going to have a little break right now, and my next guest, I'm so totally excited that Liberty Silver is here, and you heard her singing. You heard that voice earlier. Well, now you're going to hear the real deal. We'll go for break. When we come back, Liberty Silver. Thank you.
Thank you. You're awesome. You're awesome.
I see shadows run through my mind when you're gone from me. Memories that cross my mind open up the seas, flowing through my heart, drowning with your smiles. There's no better